So I'm going to be fixing a couple of issues on my Audi A5 1.8 TFSI engine. So to start off with, we've got the oil pressure separator, the breather, and then also there's a dodgy wiring repair that was done on the boost pressure sensor. So I've just got the parts. So this here we've got is the oil separator, and then we got the wiring ends for the boost pressure sensor. So these were done dodgy in the past, so I'm just going to back these on to the end of the other wire. So here she is. Just can pop open the bonnet, show you what I'm talking about. So this here is the boost pressure sensor, and you can see the shitty repairs that have been done on this, and also that there's the oil separator. So we need to get all this off so we can undo these bolts and swap it out with a new one. So I've just got into the car. You see there, got the engine light on, and it's idling currently. If I push down on the accelerator, oh, it's not going to do it now. Normally it gets a bit caught up and tries hunting, it can't find an idle, and then it sort of sits around revving for a minute. But as I've shown you this, not as bad as I thought it was, and I look like a dickhead now. But normally this rev counter is sort of spazzing up and down a bit. Can't find an idle, so if I give it a bit of a rev here. No, it's fine now. Okay, sure. And swap is running, but we've got a few sort of oil bits and bobs that have come over time, and it's been losing a lot of oil, so do need to get this sorted and hopefully get rid of that engine light. So I'm just gonna take off this clip somehow. You'll learn very quickly that I'm not a mechanic, and I am learning this as I go, so please don't take anything I do here as Bible or God's word, because it's definitely not. You see here, I just got the clip off here, so that's the top bit, and then the bottom of it is all the way down there. So I'll just, oh fuck, I hope I don't need to jack this up to get to. So after a bit more of a struggle than I thought, managed to get it off here, which goes round. So that's this here, and then the end of it is in there. So I've just managed to see where the last clip's going. I don't know if you can see, right down there, here, there's a clip that needs to come off. Believe that, yeah, I'll get that off camera. So I've started doing this, and it's become very clear to me that I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I've got no clue which wires need to come off, so I need to have a look at that and I'll get back to you. So the first look, I thought this bit comes off itself, and then attaches the wire down there. That is completely wrong, and it actually splits off multiple ways down there and goes all the way up around the back. So what I'm going to do about that, I don't know, because I really don't fancy taking this engine apart any more than I have to. So I've taken the electrical tape off, and it's just not nice. I mean, the way it's backed up into there, and then these wires all being the same colour is not helpful whatsoever. So I'm going to have to do a really good job of making sure I've got the right ones going into each pin there. God. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I've got the new head here, got them 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you get it to the same orientation there, and I'm just going to mark on them with a file, each of them. So I probably can't see it on camera. I'm hoping I've done it big enough for me to remember which is which. But I'll basically strip these off and then put on some new wires with the new connector. So I had been planning to take out the whole wiring harness, but I thought it was a bit more modular than it is. Turns out it's the entire engine's harness. So I'm gonna need to just strip it while it's in place, and then back the ends of the wires on, which isn't ideal because I'd like to solder them, but it did come with some sort of crimping joiner clips. I'll show you. It's got some of these to just sort of crimp in the middle and connect, and then I can still do like the shrink wrap on top of it and stuff, so that's no problem. It's just not going to be, I guess, as cool of a video. Okay, so because I can't be asked to take off the whole engine harness and do all the wiring, what I've done is just taken these and decided I'm not going to solder it together. I've just slit the ends off here and then crimped them on here. So what that means is I can split the old wires just in place on the car, and then hopefully crimp those in, and it should work. It just saves me taking out the wiring and then bringing it up to my room to go solder it and everything. So hopefully it should be fine. Obviously, ideally soldering's better, but I don't see a reason why the connections wouldn't work here. So just going to show you the codes we've got. So that throttle correlation, I think that's probably to do with the boost sensor. That may be to do with the air leak. Same again. That is the boost sensor, and it's the same code as before. Basically, and they just told me what was wrong with it. I plugged in my OBD but couldn't sort of nail down the problem, so I paid for a diagnostic, and then this is what's up with it. It's those things that I've mentioned, but I didn't have the facilities to work it out myself with an OBD. Okay, so I've managed to take out this little clip that had it to the subframe here, so I've got a bit more reach, and now I should be able to do the work on here to make sure I've got all the right wires in place, and yeah, I'll show you the process. Okay, so I've got the wire in here. All I'm going to do is take off the wires and then repin them. So just to make sure, we got number 1 going in first. So that is this one here. They're nicely numbered along. Obviously I marked them just to make double sure, but if I do them one by one it shouldn't really make a difference. So I'm going to clip that wire off, and then basically all it is you've taken the wiring off, you take off the shrink wrap and then strip it back and then reconnect it. So you can see here I've now stripped it down to the wire, and what we're going to do is just take this, make sure we got number 1, so that's the black cord here, then crimp it on the end together there. Okay, so that's the first one on. It's far from the neatest job, but hopefully it will work. I'm going to get on with the rest of them and then I'll show you how it goes. Okay, so we got the old connector head here with the pins removed, and the new jobby. What I'll do is, if this works, I'm going to shrink wrap over the top of this, just get some heat tubing, make sure it's all safe and sound, but for now I guess let's see if it works. Okay, so we're back in, giving it a few revs, and I don't know if you can hear, you probably can't hear on the video, but you can really hear the turbo catching now. You can hear a sort of flick when it catches. Just gonna quickly open this up again, just read these codes. So you've got the throttle position correlation, the air control, and then the boost circuit. So this is the one we think we should have cleared now. So if we go and erase those, and then read them again, that is the only code that's slightly confused me. Let's turn this off and on again and see what happens. Okay, so the engine light's actually gone, if we read these again, still getting the same codes, just one of them each instead of two of them each now. So if we give that a little rev, we've got nothing coming up on the engine. Just read the codes again, double check, and it's still the same. So that should be one of the issues solved now. Just need to tidy all that up, get the cable ties back in place, put the clip back in, and also either get some shrink tubing on that, although I didn't think about the fact I've crimped it on before doing that, so I might have to take them off, or electrical tape it, but we'll see how that goes. So the next thing is the main job, getting this off and replaced. So I've been watching a couple of other YouTube videos about this. To get to that, you've got to take off these coils, shift this out the way slightly, and then it's literally just these bolts around here. So it doesn't seem too complicated, and then it connects to the air intake. Also, I think, I'm not really sure, as you can tell, I worked on an Audi before. I've only done Vauxhall courses, so yeah. So first thing I've done is just push these tabs in so you can pull off these here, just to loosen everything up a bit, get a bit more space in there. And then we're going to look at what else we need to get off before we can take the whole unit out. So just got a T30, gonna loosen the bolts off of these packs so you can get the coils out. So I've got those bolts out, and then just gonna take these both out. It's a bit wound in, but I should give it a bit of a wiggle and it should come out. Just can't get this one to budge for love nor money. I mean, hopefully I should be able to work around it, because it's not coming out, so let's just ignore that till I need to replace the spark plugs. So I guess the next step was just going to be getting all of these bolts off around it, all these Torx, and then I'm also going to have to take off that, but yeah, we'll get into it. Some of them are a bit difficult to get to, so I've just got this little adjustable thing. I don't know what to call it, there's probably a technical term, but basically just going around getting all of these loosened. So there's one there going all the way around, back here, a couple there. So that should actually make things a hell of a lot easier, because as nice as that cool thing is, it's not very good for applying much torque. So that should be a lot better at getting us in there. Yeah, it's like, oh god, where has it gone? It's like down under there somewhere. Shit. So I'm hoping it will just shake out or something down the line. We'll see. I don't think it went anywhere important, but my housemate has just come out and brought me another T30, so I can get on with the job luckily. But yeah, we'll have to try and find that. Okay, so got most of the bolts loose, see there, so I'll check back in when I'm taking them off. Also going to have to disconnect a couple of hoses, but I'll show you those. Okay, so I've popped that off, and you can see in the crankcase now, I still need to get this bloody connector off, and then I can take it all out. You'll notice I also popped off the inlet pipe there. Okay, so here's the old oil separator now off, and you see a nice sparkly new one about to go on. So simple as, it is literally just a case of popping it all back in place, reconnecting that pipe and doing up all the screws again. So everything is nearly back together. Got the new part on, the coil's back in place. I actually took this one out when the unit was off, just because it made it easier to put everything back together again and get around it. So I grabbed that, took it out. Now putting it back together, that needs to go back in. That got another bolt here, and then put these all together. I'll give this puppy a start and see what happens. Obviously fingers crossed it goes well, but I've worked on cars enough to know that that is very hopeful. But if it does going to do, it's going to be sort out that wiring, you know, make it nice and clean, cable tight and everything. I need to top up my coolant. That needs to get flushed as well at some point, but not today. So yeah, I will check in when it's time to start it up. Okay, time for the final reveal. Well, hopefully the final reveal. We'll see how it goes. It might not be the final one. Okay. Okay, I mean, there's an engine light, but it hasn't blown up. It's idling all right. Is it holding its idle? That seems to be running all good. Jinx it too early. Now, nowhere that I can see leak. Yeah, I mean, she seems to be running fine. Okay, so the only code we've got left is that turbocharger boost circuit, which I thought would be fixed by the wiring. Apparently not. The engine seems to be handling it well. It's coming back down to idle nicely. And there's no stutters or hunting or anything. So for now, I think that might, without jinxing it, I think that's a success, I want to say. If anything changes, I'll check back and let you know, I guess. So I've had it idling for a little bit now, revved it a few times, all seems to be running really smooth. I'm sure the torque bit will fall out at some point, hopefully. Just need to do up these wires and take it for a test drive. So the plan is eventually to take it apart again, the wires, and solder them together instead of just crimping it, but for now it's good enough. Just got some electrical tape, going to wrap it up, tie it back together, and then we'll go out for a spin. Okay, so just in the car now. Good and bad news. The oil separator seems to be working fine. It's idling nice, not hunting anymore, so that's good. It's going really smooth, but the turbo doesn't seem to be kicking in at all. You can really feel a sort of loss of power, and when I got turbocharger boost circuit, so trying to fix with the wiring to the boost sensor, so I'm going to need to do that again and properly solder them together, and hopefully that works. We'll see how that goes, but for now at least the oil separator change was successful. So I've given up for the day. Final conclusions and takes. I think the oil separator fix is good. It seems to be fine on the test drive. Its engine light's not there anymore, so that's all good. The EPC light is still on for the turbocharger, so I think that's related to the boost pressure sensor wiring fix I've done. So I'm probably going to have to take that apart again and solder it, but that's fine. I just need to get like an extension reel where I can take it out so I can solder it on the car, because I can't take the whole harness out, which is a bit annoying, so I have to solder it in place. But hopefully that fixes it. When I took it to the garage, they did say they can't guarantee that that is the issue. It's just an issue they've noticed that was relevant to the codes. So whether or not it'll actually fix it when I do it properly, we'll see. But yeah, I mean, I'm very happy with the result with the the oil separator, just because it's my first time working on this car. Like I say, I've done a lot of work on my old Corsa and stuff before, but it's not quite the same. You don't really get as scared of breaking it as you do on an Audi. So I'm happy with how it's gone so far. But yeah, I'll see if this is going to turn into a little mini series. I think I'll probably end up recording another video to do with the wiring when I fix it properly. So for now, if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. I've been Louis, and this is, insert name of the channel here. I don't know what the channel's going to be called. This is Louis Cars or whatever it is. Anyway, thank you very much, and I guess I'll see you later. Okay, so seriously bad news. I'm kind of screwed. So